Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and if you've been a subscriber for a while, that's awesome. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe and check out my older drone videos all the way back to Phantom 1, DJI Phantom 1. But what I want to talk about today is how heavy is the case with my Mini 4 Pro and also the controller. How much does it weigh? I want to answer that because if you've been a subscriber for a while, or if you want to catch up with my old videos, you know that I've always preached a smaller and lighter drone. Starting with DJI Phantom 1, that drone was not too big, that drone was not too heavy, but when DJI in the early days announced the Inspire, I was like, ooh, the Inspire, it's too big, it's too heavy, because at that time it seemed that DJI had the perceived need to go after a bigger, heavier, and less convenient drone. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because now DJI has radically downsized to the Mini series, which is very small and very lightweight, very easy to transport, USB rechargeability. It's awesome. But this video is talking about how much does this weigh. So I'm holding it with my pinky. I could have never have held my DJI, any of the Phantoms, in their case with my pinky. It would have been too big and too heavy. Although in their day it was a manageably sized drone. It wasn't optimal. I mean, one of the worst things, I was in Virgin Gorda in the British Virgin Islands, and I had that Phantom, the hard waterproof and ruggedized case. I went all through these caves on the coast, and I mean, it was inconvenient, but it got the job done. This is super convenient, especially if you drop it in a dry bag. So let's go ahead and zero out these scales here, and there we go. They're zeroed out. We're going to put this on here, and that weighs approximately 1 pound. And let's just round up, 1 pound and 14 ounces. So approximately 1 pound and 14 ounces, that's the controller. Obviously the case that it's sitting in, and then the drone inside of the case with the camera gimbal guard. Now I don't have the propeller protector attached while it's inside the case. If I did, that would increase the weight a little bit. But I mean, this is super lightweight. I mean, for most situations, if you have something this small and this lightweight, you're probably going to carry it with you because it's not inconvenient. And that's what's so awesome. I mean, this is a 4K flying camera, and we're getting something that's so small and so lightweight and so convenient. I mean, in the past, this would have been unthinkable, back in the DJI Phantom days. And for anybody that uses an Inspire, ooh, I got the Inspire. They picked this sucker up. They're like, man, why was I carrying? And maybe they weren't. Maybe they had a film crew and they were, paying somebody a handsome salary, and they were, maybe buying them good meals and stuff for carrying that Inspire around. But this is just so much more convenient than the Phantom, than the other Mavic. Well, it used to be called Mavic. Now it's called the, it's still the Mavic. But back when you had the Mavic Pro and the larger Mavic drones, now you've got the DJI Mini, which they dropped the word Mavic from this. It's just the DJI Mini 4 Pro. But so small, so lightweight, so powerful. It's amazing. But I wanted to share this. And by the way, the case like I'm using, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order it online. It's super affordable. And I've linked the DJI Mini 4 Pro, all the various bundles there as well. But this is a great case. And if you want to use it in wet conditions, obviously this is not waterproof. This is maybe possibly somewhat water resistant, not where the controller is, but this part, if a raindrop hit it, it might be okay, but I wouldn't trust it. If you need water, if you need to add water resistance, drop this in a dry bag, and I've linked a dry bag within this video's description too. Great way if you're like me, you're out on a boat, you need to swim to shore to film a drone video. If you have this in a dry bag, there's a reasonable expectation that one will likely be able to get it wet without getting the drone wet inside of the dry bag. Again, reasonable expectation. Nothing's 100% perfect. I had a dry bag leak when I was in the British Virgin Islands and I was swimming to shore, and it was almost catastrophic. But fortunately, the only thing that got wet was this little cheap off-brand USB battery bank. And of course, you get salt water in it, that's going to short circuit everything. And it was ruined. I threw it away. It was a fire hazard. I mean, obviously, I safely disposed of it because salt water and something electronic with a battery can create a fire. So I made sure it was properly disposed of. But But yeah, you don't want to get things wet. But yeah, this is an awesome case, super affordable, super lightweight. And again, you can find it, expand this video's description, and click the link there. And be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and check out all my other drone videos too. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.